Morning, dear students. There we meet up again, continuing with the final part of the lesson, Information Age, Internet History, and that is on page 81. But before we go on with the lesson, I want you to do the following exercises as a homework. Do them in your books. The first part or the first section of the homework is doing exercises C and D on page 82 in your student books. And the second one is in your workbooks, page 55. There are 3 exercises in this page and I want you to do them, the 3 of them actually, A, B, and C. Now, as usual, please get your books as you watch this video presentation in order to follow with me and write whatever notes you might come across. In this section, we are finishing with the lesson, talking about the last 3 parts or internet aspects that are the social media site, YouTube video, and message on Twitter. Let's begin with the first social media site. When we say social media, I guess you all know that we mean then Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other types of social media websites. But actually, these are not newly created to internet. Actually, there was a kind of similar type of social media sites, but it was of a different, quite different form, including other things or maybe having other functions. Now let's see or have a look at the first social media site. From the early days of the internet, there were communities of people who gathered together in chat rooms and forums. The first social networking website that focused on finding and managing friends was called 6degrees.com and was launched in 1997. It had most of the functions of the modern social network sites, like a list of friends, inviting new contacts, and seeing whether someone is online or not. I'm reading it again. From the early days of the internet, there were communities of people who gathered together in chat rooms and forums. The first social networking website that focused on finding and managing friends was called 6degrees.com and was launched in 1997. It had most of the functions of modern social network sites, like a list of friends, inviting new contacts, and seeing whether someone is online or not. Now let's first see those words that might look difficult for you to understand. I'm giving the definitions of these words. Let's begin with the word community. Community is pretty much similar to the word society when we say a group of people perhaps living together, or a group of people that share or who share the same or similar interests, thoughts, traditions maybe, and beliefs, or they have similar features. So we say, for example, the community of football players. Because those football players have the same or share the same interests, the same beliefs, or the same characteristics or features, we might call them community. Then we move on to the second word, and that is forum. Forum actually is a noun. It means a meeting where people share thoughts and discuss issues. Like, for example, when we have or we share ideas on a certain page on the internet. Let's say that this page is concerned with the environment. People would access, or people may access this website and begin to build this kind of forum where they share their ideas, their thoughts, and discuss their points with regard to a very specific issue. We can call this a forum. The next word is the word manage. and it is a verb. When you manage something, means to control, means that you control it or you run this thing, you deal with it. And the final word is the word function, and function here is a noun. Why I say here it is a noun? Because sometimes it can be a verb, but in this case it is a noun. When I say function, I mean it is a computer task or a telephone task or whatever machines or devices task. Something that is done by the computer when I, as a user, give this computer the order to do something. So it is the function means the task that a computer can do or offer to the user. Okay, now let's go over the or discuss this text. Now, with regard to the first social media site, as I told you, there was this kind of site where people may meet, look for new friends, let's say chat with each other. But at that time they were called, or such sites were called, chat rooms or forums. But basically it was called a chat room. Why chat room? Because it was mainly concerned with chatting. People could chat with each other. A little bit similar to these social media sites we have nowadays, because on that site you can look for or make new friends, have your own friend list. You can see or check who is online and who's not. With regard to the first social media site, it was called 6degrees.com. It is more of a chat room, 6degrees.com. And by the way, it is still there, available on the internet. You can access this this website, but first you need to set up your own account there. I mean, sign up. Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, and maybe Twitter are only new versions of the old chat rooms we used to have in the beginnings of the internet. Now let's move on to the next passage that discusses the first YouTube video. Let's read together. Over 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, making the number of videos on the site over 100 million and counting. The very first video on the site was a 20-second video of co-founder Joe Karen at the San Diego Zoo. It was uploaded on 23rd April 2005, and it can still be viewed today. Again, over 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, making the number of videos on the site over 100 million and counting. The very first video on this site was a 20-second video of co-founder Joe Karen at the San Diego Zoo. It was uploaded on 23rd April 2005, and it can still be viewed today. So, before we go on to details, let's discuss the verb upload. And I think most of you, or not all of you, are familiar with the verb upload. We have upload and we have download, and they are almost the opposite. Upload is when you transfer, or let's say move, some kind of data, let's say a video, let's say a document, a photo, whatever it is called data in order to be more general. So just to move or transfer data from one computer, maybe to another computer, or to publish it on the internet. So if you want to share a video of you or a photo of you with other people over the internet, you upload it. So you move it to the internet. This is called the process of uploading. The other word, or the opposite of it, is download. Download is when you transfer also data, but this time it is from the internet to your device. let's say to your computer, to your laptop, to your mobile phone, whatever it is, but you actually transfer it from the internet down to your device. The second word here we have is co-founder. If you look at the word carefully, it consists actually of two parts, co, and we call this prefix, and then the word founder. The word founder in itself means the one who establishes or starts or sets a certain institution or a certain business. So he is called a founder, the one who founds an institution, organization, or kind of business. Now, co-founder is also a person who establishes this organization, but is not only the only person. There are other people establishing it with him. So when I say co, this means that he's not the only founder, there are other founders of the same establishment or institution. Fine. Now speaking of the first YouTube video, when I say the first YouTube video, as if we are here discussing who first created YouTube. The first one who, or the co-founder of YouTube actually is called Jode Karen. And as I told you, Jode Karen is not the only one. There are other people, and actually they are friends. So the co-founders are three men. One of them is Jode Karen. And when they first created YouTube website, they uploaded a video. And I think it would be quite interesting to watch the first video that was published on YouTube in the internet, the first video to be viewed on the internet. Watch it with me, please.
Alright, so here we are at the elephants. Cool thing about these guys today is that they have really, really long trunks, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
As you've seen, it's a video of Jode Karen himself, and he filmed it in a zoo. Actually, it is in San Diego Zoo, and it was only for 20 seconds, no more. It is less than a minute. The video is still there on YouTube. You can view it there if you wish. Until today, it is there. The first time it was uploaded it happened on 23rd of April 2005. So we're speaking of almost 15 years ago. So YouTube was created 15 years ago by Jode Karen and other people. Now moving to the last text or the last internet aspect, and that is the first message on Twitter. And when we say the first message on Twitter, we mean when and who was Twitter found by and when it was founded. Let's read together. The first tweet was sent on 21st March 2006 by Twitter creator Jack Dorsey. The message was just setting up Twitter. It wasn't a spelling mistake, as Twitter had a shortened version of its name in the beginning. Today, Twitter deals with over 400 million tweets per day. Again, the first tweet was sent on 21st March 2006 by Twitter creator Jack Dorsey. The message was, just setting up Twitter. It wasn't a spelling mistake, as Twitter had a shortened version of its name in the beginning. Today, Twitter deals with over 400 million tweets per day. Before we go for details, let's see the word, the definition of the word virgin. When I say virgin, actually it is a noun, and it means, before we go for virgin, let's begin with set up. What does it mean to set up something? To set up something, and it is mainly a verb, it means to run, control, or even start managing kind of business. So when you set up a site, then you run this site, or you start this or creating this site. Then we have the word virgin, and it is a noun, and I think you all know what the word virgin is. We keep using it all the time, like when we say this is a new version of this or that game. A new version is like having a new form that is different from an earlier form, but both are of the same type of thing. Like as I told you, when we have a certain game, sometimes or certain games are yearly launched with different versions. So in 2020, for example, you have a new version of that game that is different from the version of last year. So virgin is having a new form of a certain thing that is different from an older form or an earlier form. Okay, now going back to Twitter. As you all know, Twitter is a kind of social media site where people post their ideas, post their thoughts, and they are posted as tweets. The first time it was created was in 2006 by someone called Jack Dorsey. And the first time he created Twitter, he wrote a message, or he wrote a tweet, or he posted, let's say, a tweet on this website. And the tweet said, just setting up Twitter. Just setting up Twitter, he meant that he's as if he was making this announcement to people that we are running or working on having a site called as Twitter. If you notice, the word Twitter in this tweet, let's say, is written in a different way. You don't have vowels here, so it's written differently. It is. It tells you here that it is not a spelling mistake, but actually this is the original version of the name Twitter that we have nowadays. In the beginning, it was written this way as having, let's say, a kind of shortened version of the word Twitter that we use nowadays. It's the same word, but it is shortened. It has less letters. So it is only a shortened version. So he meant to write it this way. It was not a spelling mistake. Okay. Nowadays, as you all know, Twitter has become a common and widely used website that people all over the world use and post tweets on this website. As we are here informed, Twitter deals with over 400 million tweets per day, which is actually a very huge number. And of course, this is due to the big number of people using this website. This way, we finish with the text that we have, the internet history. As I told you, you have a homework to do, exercises on student book, on your student books and web books as well. Please do them and submit them to your teachers as soon as possible. Thank you for listening. And next week, inshallah, we are starting with something quite different, but still related to information age. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you so much.